if you got Rattlers Plus like me. But right now, a lot of B2A going on in Lawson, and I'm loving it. So also got to take down a little graphic from the Rattler Booster meeting, but I'll let you know we'll be running the Rattler Booster meeting. Let's fix that. I'll put that Fangs up there. Bop. So get y'all ready. We'll talk a little bit about this basketball game that's going on. A lot of bit about that O&G Strikezone yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was captivated with Colzie and the crew. So it was good times. It was always, a little bit of fun because you already know what's up and what it's always gonna be. That's why do Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
Greetings and salutations, family. Ain't gonna lie, Computer 2 is dedicated to this FAMU basketball game. 77-49 in the fourth quarter right now. 5 minutes and some change left if you're watching live like me. And I'm watching on Rattlers Plus. B2A. What's up, Gail? What's up, little baby? What's up, Marvin? But good times, man. I ain't gonna lie. You're supposed to beat Valley. You're supposed to beat the snot out of Valley when you can. So I want the basketball team to get a few licks for the boys. Yeah, get a few licks for the football team. Just saying. If you didn't catch us on Tuesday, the booster meeting was solid. It was pretty to the point. What wasn't anything over the top. I think the biggest thing, if you are interested in joining, you definitely probably heard where they're trying to work on some documents and they're trying to get ready for a new election cycle. So it's a great time to get involved, especially for those that are like, hey, they don't want to let outsiders in. I don't think they really care. I think right now the big thing is just to kind of get as many people in there as possible and get the numbers up. It's about 300-400 of us. And yes, I said us. I'm active. So trying to get that going, man. Also, man, the spring sports are opening up this week. So tennis opening up. That wasn't over and back. I told y'all. I went over there, looked, put it on Computer 2 so it don't slow up this one. But Georgia Southern's coming to town. Going to be at the FAMU Tennis Complex. Balling's about to start up. That's a first-year coach right there. A pretty solid hire this time. Like, solid. Not his first time coaching, but first time coaching at FAMU. I like this hire better than the other one. Respectfully. Track season's about to get started. HBCU Invitational this weekend. And right now, it's 77-49 for the women's basketball team, B2A. Yeah, it's a mollywhopping. And I got to say, originally, I had planned to kind of watch it and be like, hey, this is what they did right, this is what they did wrong. When you slapping somebody around like this, there's not a lot for me to really just take away. Like, because someone's just lost in the minutia of the game. Like, there is a definite talent gap in this game. And just looking at it, it's really what you hope it to be. If you're a FAMU, now if you're a Valley fan, hey man, I don't know what to tell you, bro. As my daughter likes to say, get good. But in this case, if you're a FAMU fan, one thing that's good about this, you're seeing the talent gap on the court. That to me speaks volumes as far as the growth of this program. I believe Valley, I don't know if they won their last game, but they put up a good fight the last time I saw them. So these are teams you're supposed to beat. And that's not trying to be disrespectful. That's not trying to be any kind of way. We're real about this. This is a team that you should beat. 77-49. Just, I I ain't saying we a whole 28 points better than them, but this is a game that you should definitely be sleepwalking through. And the crowd's decent. Like if you watch it on Rattlers Plus, the crowd looks decent considering it's a Thursday night game. Folks got to go to work tomorrow, and it's 8-11, and folks ain't booked. Like, yeah, I will say, if I'm the SWAC, I consider bringing back the doubleheaders. I think it's just a better use of your space. Space, staffing. I think some of the universities need to start pulling up them ledgers and pointing out that, hey, we got to pay staff to work 2 games instead of just working a doubleheader. Like, I don't know. That's just be me. Could be wrong. But I just feel like if you got the gym lights on one time, you all right. That's just me. Now, the men, they got Pine Bluff coming up on Saturday at 6 at Lawson. So, another game you probably should win. Like, this is, if you're the FAMU men's team coming off of a horrible trip in Louisiana, you can call it Louisiana because all we did was lose there. I think it's a good look to get a win here. Now, if you didn't catch it last night, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna reference it. You should have called O&G Strikezone. O&G Strikezone. If you are a FAMU fan, Coach Colzie was on there, and it definitely quelled some of your concerns with this football program. It may not have got all of them, and we just had a quarterback get offered the other day. So a guy from Washington State, he got offered. Supposedly, we got a commitment from another guy from Kennesaw State. I haven't seen it. I kind of heard about it. I'm waiting to see it on the official Rattler thing, or something for us to but I ain't seen it. But supposedly, we got another football commitment on the line. But it was just kind of looking through. And this is one thing I like about Coach Colzie. Coach Colzie don't run from questions. Look, I'm telling you, little baby, if you didn't catch it or if you didn't see all of it, I think it's like 10:25. I think I saw somebody share within my friend group. Yeah, definitely worth your time if you're a FAMU fan. You're not going to get a lot of inside intel as far as where this person is and where that person is, as far as individual stuff that he can't say. But you did get some kind of the extra information, the questions that couldn't be asked during the season. You got those today. What's up, Ashley? Look, don't forget now. Don't forget, after Fangs up, the Fang exchange is in full effect today. So make sure you catch them. We balling. We doing a little bragging. I mentioned the Rattler Boosters. If you're not a member, join me and the crew. We need you. Also, catch St. Clair and Rain's show round 1, sponsored by Tallahassee State College. But they we have a pretty decent show for today. St. Clair's feeling a lot healthier, and they're having the sheriff are having a basketball game at Tallahassee State College. So doing it to kind of raise awareness about gun violence and just encourage the younger generation to do better. So forgot to talk about the baseball team, Andre Dawson Classic. That's coming up. And if you're watching the game, hopefully you sit in the stands watching Fangs up too. But don't forget, after the show, Fang Exchange, they do have their Fangsgiving going on. So tell a friend, like, share, love. Make sure you get that out there. All right, so we did our due diligence. But going back to the O&G Strikezone, it was a treat, largely because, like I said, Colzie answered those questions that were bothering a lot of us. One of which you saw where we got a new running back. And Coach was listening to y'all because y'all was talking greasy on my running back and saying that some of our running backs weren't as fast as you want them to be. I personally take offense to that because, see, me personally, I would never say that the running backs needed to be on the track a little bit. That was y'all saying that. But me personally, I would never take that level of disrespect. I just would never do that. So I never said those things. But I definitely did mention that the running backs are not running away from people. That was me. And evidently it was Colzie too, because he went up there and was like, "Yo, we got a running back that's really fast. That's not going to be caught from the back." Look, baby, I know I ain't say that. Look, I'm just saying, we innocent around here. For me, for sure, I'm saying I'm innocent. I don't know about y'all. No. But Colzie saw what you saw. He definitely saw what you saw. And he said, looking at this team this year, he wants some speed, which I can agree with. Because there were times I looked at the running back room and I was like, man, we missing something. Yeah, I know we missing. Look, thank you, Marvin. I tell people this as a half joke, but a full truth. When I was in high school, I ran a 4.4. You can throw a rock and hit a dude that's fast in Florida. It's not even like, oh my gosh. No, everybody's fast. The athletes are different down here. Granted, I was running next to Antonio Cromartie and Carfonso Thorpe that day at practice, and I just didn't want to get smoked. I'm sorry. Competition does bring the best out of everybody. And when a dude next to you runs a 4.3 and the other guy runs a 4.3, I'm not running 4.6 this day. Not today, Satan. Y'all ain't gonna be over there, man. You got dusted. Not today. Now, if it was today, though, hey man, I got a bad hamstring. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But I pulled a 4.3 once in life. The rest of the time, I was like a 4.5, 4.6 guy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had decent speed. I wasn't blazing fast, but I had good speed. But yeah, Colzie saw what you saw. Out of the running back room, he got a burner. Then we just signed a receiver. Forgot to put that up there on the graphic from University of Illinois. A 6-foot receiver. Another guy, because y'all heard the same rumblings I'm hearing. Is this guy getting the portal? Is that guy not getting the portal? I'm telling y'all, one thing I'm taking from Colzie about this portal stuff, Colzie ain't playing with you. If you're in the portal, you're in the portal. If you're not, you're not. And if you are watching the FAMU Ladies basketball game, they're singing the alma mater because the ladies won by 28. Final score 88-60. Good guys. So the ladies did come out there and apply B2A and got a W. So and look, that's what I'm seeing, Marvin. When I saw his little bit of film from Illinois and other places, yeah, I think this year's offense is going to be a lot better. That's just me, statistically. Hell, it can't get much worse. I think the offensive line is going to be pretty solid too. I don't think the offensive line was terrible last year. They just had their moments where I just didn't love kind of how we had it going, after the whole Luther special. I don't know if I want to be making the little Luther, big Luther joke. I was already kind of like, But even now, it didn't. So the two new coaches, I like that. You got some confirmation. Actually say you run great routes. Hey, I want to see what this Washington State quarterback gonna do too. I think we got a shot. I'm just saying. But offensively, I was kind of happy. I knew the changes were coming in some areas. I told y'all about this. We all knew the Burris thing was an open secret. That he was probably going to return to play calling. I will say this. this is my only question with Burrs. Hollow, you ain't missed much. We just schmoozed and talked about how this girls basketball team, women's basketball team, just won by 28 points at home. And just talked a little bit about the stuff from the O&G. Again, if you missed it, go back and watch that. Like, I will say one thing Colzie is winning. Colzie winning the PR game. Like, he has definitely made himself available to the people that cover FAMU. Not saying that Willie didn't, but any person that I've seen that commits to covering FAMU and is committed to covering FAMU has had Colzie on the show once. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know if he's done the Fang exchange yet, and I'm pretty sure that might be strategic. Like, I don't know if they kind of want to blur that line between, this and that. And if not, I get why. But I know he's been on O&G. He's been on Fangs Up. I believe he's done Penalty Talk. Like, Colzie's definitely done the quote-unquote media rounds for everyone that covers FAMU. Like, so I got to give Coach that kind of credit. See, that's what I'm saying, Ashley. Got to be careful because, and especially we're starting to see where the bigger schools are just flat out kind of pulling out of some of the NIL stuff altogether because they're making enough bread to say, we'll just pay these kids. Just saying. But overall, looking at the offensive side, I'm pretty happy with what we got. Like, the quarterback room, I could use one more QB. That's just me. Yeah, I know who my favorite is. But at the same point, I understand all y'all. Like, come on. I get it. Look, he's my favorite. That's why he's my favorite. But I also understand we need a little more depth at quarterback. Running back wise, especially with the couple we brought in and the couple that haven't left, this might be the best running back room FAMU's had since Bishop Bonnet and Terrell Jennings, Leland Willoyd, and the whole crew was in there. I'm just going to say that like that. Receiver room, especially if you can keep Quan Lee, and that's an if, this might be the best receiver room you've had in a while. Like, think about it like this. Receiver room wise, FAMU's receivers ain't been that great in a while. Like, we were solid for a minute. We weren't great. Like, you had Xavier. You had Xavier Smith. Manigo was a good receiver. Your boy, he was solid. When he caught the ball, he was all right. Why his name is skipping me? Dang, it's not even on purpose, y'all. It's just because I'm old. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your boy with the God be. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Gosh, I can see his face right now. Dang. Tight end, Swiss receiver. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he was pretty solid. Like, that whole receiving core was straight. They were straight. Quietly, Manigo was my favorite. Like, until Xavier was my favorite, but Manigo was always my guy that, like, is he gonna put it all together this year? That was how I was with Manigo. But never quite got it all together. Tight end room, I don't know. Because you did bring in some solid ones. Because that dude, you got it from UF. Yeah, he might actually be like that. Offensive line wise, should be another good offensive line. Like, offensively, if you got a quarterback, you're good. And look, Hollow, we need a thrower. Hope we're not depending only on the run game next season. I agree. I think I'll say this: in modern day football, I don't know if you're anything if you don't have a dual threat passer. Like, if you don't have a quarterback that has some semblance of dual threat ability, I don't really know if you're really playing this game right these days. Like, you gotta have somebody that can move the pocket, make the linebackers be honest. Now, if he's a pure passer, you got to be a Dan Marino type cat. Like, we all remember old Dan Marino, but man, Dan Marino's known for that quick release. Like, if you got a quarterback with a quick release that can put the ball in the right place, then I think that's the only thing that kind of combats that dual threat passer. But I think in today's modern football, it's almost a requirement that you're a dual threat quarterback. Like I said, offensively, that's the only thing I really see that I'm missing. Like offensive line wise, I'm okay. We get one more, I'm good. But that's the only position where I kind of look over to the left and look to the right, and I'm like, hey, coach, give me 1 or 2 more. Because I don't know if Martin's coming back. If Martin's coming back, I got a little hope. But because we know who quarterback 2 probably is right now. And if he's QB1, man, you'll be running the ball. I'm just going to say it like that. Like, you can't, unless Burris is a quarterback whisperer. And if he can fix that, which, if he can fix that, man, that dude not going to be at FAMU past next year. Like, I'm just saying, if he can fix that and get them to read defenses quickly and put the ball where it needs to be, oh, look, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to say it one more again. You don't want 7 to be good. You don't want 7 to be good. That's not what you want. Not at all. Now, defensively, I told y'all, like, I know he said he's going to be a lot more hands-on. And some of y'all were like, man, this person need to get gotten. That's why I said special teams is going to be that. Special teams is going to be that out. Like, look, Marvin said he ain't having that. I don't disagree. I agree with you. I don't think he's going for it either. But I told y'all, special teams is going to save the people on defense. Like, because I like how Colzie, he was honest enough not to kind of put it out there the way that, I had already said, like, hey, that 4th game hit, everybody got hurt and everybody got surgeries, huh? 10-4, I peep game. So, it's going to be special teams by committee, which, you know what? Can't get much worse. Now, I will say, Colzie wasn't playing no games. He's like, let me get 3 kickers this year. Because last year I had like 3, 4, and it wasn't enough. So this year, because he was right. And that's why I said special teams is going to be the position groups that saves the defensive staff. Because all of a sudden, when the kicks start getting returned, then it became a problem. But when the kicks weren't getting returned, wasn't that bad. Like, let's be honest. That FAMU from the first 4 games of the season, excluding, the inept offense, that is a team that probably wins the SWAC just because of field position. Like, you don't have as many of the special team snafus. You do have some, but it's not as bad as when the boys are done. So I'm just saying, special teams definitely probably saves the defense to a certain degree. Now, defensively, I'm pretty solid. And I ain't gonna lie, I almost did a lap around the house when he said James Ash was back. My bad, Bush. I hope Mike Smith wanted to go PWI. I'm saying it. Hey, I think they all did. Colzie said it best. That Miami game, when your boy dropped a 50-yard field goal, he knew I outkicked the coverage. I don't think I'm making what I could make on the market. I think it was right. Just being honest. Like, I don't know if it's so much PWI. I think it's so much as dollars and cents in other areas. That's just me. I could be wrong. I don't think it's a black-white issue. I think it's a green issue. That's just me. I could be A little biased, but that's my interpretation of the situation. But it did hurt the team. And I think in today's modern day NIL, unfortunately, I think that's part of the nature of the beast, but I don't like it. I'm still a team guy. Like, for me, you should do what's best for the team. Like, and there we go, Ashley. Let them know. And like, I wasn't fond of defense. It could be better, but it wasn't the worst. Matter of fact, it was sickening. Look, I'll say this. When he said James Ash was back, well, I was done. Especially for me, I think James Ash is one of those players where you want, that's part of why you do the Fang exchange. Like, and I'm not selling, I think that's part of why you do it. And you get guys who, you know what, leaving is not an option. Take care of it. That's why you do that. So you can take care of those kind of kids who are loyal. Loyalty should get rewarded. I don't believe that the freshmen should be getting all this money for potential. No. I personally feel, and this is just me and my soapbox. This ain't me telling you what to do with your dollars. But I personally feel you reward loyalty. Like, because if you don't, I think that's a black eye on the program. Because I think when you're rewarding loyalty, guys are more willing to come in as freshmen, cut the teeth, and if they outkick the coverage, outperform whatever you can offer them, and they start to get offers from bigger schools that are astronomical, I'm not mad at them for that thing. Like, that's it. That's business. Like, just me personally. If I get off $100,000 to do something I'm good at, I'm leaving. Especially if I make 35, 40, I'm gone. It is no disrespect to that other entity. I had to do what the money said if it was in the best interest. Again, notice I said something I'm good at, something, because all money ain't good money. I think that's one of the other things too. Sometimes we're talking about players that are leaving FAMU for $7,000, $8,000. All money ain't good money. Okay, you got $7,000, $8,000 after taxes and everything else. What did you really make? Like, just saying. But I'm that's just me. I'm seeing, and I said this last year, HBCUs are caught up in this minor league system of college football and college sports. You are the minor leagues. Like, at one point, Major League Baseball had minor league baseball. They still do. But it ain't like it used to be. Especially look at what the SEC about to pay these kids to play college baseball. That's AAA baseball. It really is. And what's going to happen is your best players at HBCUs and other smaller universities, I shouldn't just say HBCUs, because FAMU, we do the same thing. But they're going to go to schools that offer them more opportunities, more funds, and more financial freedom. Like I told y'all before, if I was somebody that worked at Stetson, I would hate to see somebody from FAMU coming. The second that kid say, yeah, coach, man, FAMU called me, man, I'm cussing. Because FAMU can offer you something that Stetson can't, or Stetson doesn't. A scholarship, athletic scholarship. They don't do that over yonder. So I'm just saying, but we could use one of the big time alums to show some love. I agree. We'll hit the numbers. I ain't gonna lie. Next week, I'm definitely look. I think Florida's it was almost 50 mil. I ain't gonna hold you. That thing hit 50 mil. Like, hey, I hit the lottery. Me and Ashley gonna have a conversation. Like, hey, let's go on and do a meal. I'm just saying, like, that's just me. Look, Powerball too. Too many people play Powerball. Look, I'm looking at competition though. Everybody playing Florida lottery. Look, 50 mil. Look, I'm all right with that. And yes, Fang exchange at 9:00. But again, looking back at the defense, that defensive line, when I look at what we've added and I look at what we've kept, I felt a lot more confident. Like at first, I was like, y'all heard me say it. Like, man, where's the beef, man? The defensive line, man, we're getting a little light in the middle. We got some defensive ends, but what we got? And then, like I said, he said he was coming back. Okay. Then he went to the linebackers. Said some of the linebackers, Naron's coming back. My boy from South Florida is supposed to be trying it again. Like, okay. You saying 2-3 linebackers plus what we got coming in. Okay. That's a solid little group right there, right now. All right, coach. I'm not as concerned now. Then the secondary, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I didn't get my answer about DeMaurice Tate. All right, I know he's kind of senior. I don't know what's going on. I had hopes for him. So, but some of the other DBs, he said they were injured. They're supposed to come back. What's up, Barry 305? Like, kind of. And one thing I'll give Colzie in his transparency, what he did was he gave confidence. Like one of the things that, and look, there you go, Hollow. And coach still looking for pass rushers. Like, because he saw what he saw. And I think one of the biggest things as a fan, one of the most frustrating points and most validating points is when somebody sees what you see. The frustrating thing is when somebody sees what you see, but nothing gets done about it. There's nothing worse than sitting in the stands, and I'm gonna call it out. Good news. So look right there. Exactly, actually. But Conrad, man, me and Conrad, I would be in the games, coming to the stands. He throw the yo, and we started talking. And next thing you know, we talking game right there. And we seeing the same problems, but the coaches don't see it. And we just like, coach don't see that. Like, I have moments in the stands. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Like, but nothing's worse than when everybody in your section sees the same thing. And you're like, we just gonna continue doing around? Because y'all do like me. Y'all look back to the press box, look at the field, look to the press box, look to the field, like, you gonna fix this? Like, and I think one of the things that Colzie did was he was like, yeah, I'm gonna fix it. I see the same thing you see. I see the same problems you have. And he didn't give a bunch of excuses, but he did give you a why. Like, hey, nothing against the people we had, but I kind of want to do something different with my staff. Okay. I respect that. But I'm like, Mary, I need my Rattler striking from the top. Like, I ain't used to this losing. I'm sorry. The Willie whatever era was great. And when I say Willie whatever, because I'm from Tallahassee, it was Willie World, Willie Taggart, Willie Simmons, all that. It was a beautiful situation. And Alex Wood era is over. What's up, Bo? Hey, our competition. But I think that's something that was needed, and shout out to Brian and Kelvin for, really holding it down, even when Marcus wasn't there, because what that did for Rattler Nation, it did what you're seeing is being done for Jackson State. Like, I ain't gonna lie and act like I'm a fan that's in a bubble. I'm a FAMU fan. But trust and believe, I do pay attention. I look other places. Like, I watch social media like you. I'm not in any of the trash talking groups. No. We're not gonna talk trash. Because first and foremost, I'm not gonna try to elevate my HBCU by lowering yours. Like, so look, hey man, y'all do good work, man. But I can't raise my school up by lowering yours. Like, Jackson State's doing some things, and they're finally getting some love. Like, I don't know if y'all saw. Now, granted, they've been working on this for what, like 2 decades? Like, what the University of Mississippi's medical school has been wanting to take that land where the vet is for how long? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to build them a stadium now. I mean, they've offered to do that a few times. They're supposed to build a dome for Jackson State. But all of a sudden, I don't know how much of that was a prime effect, but it's starting to come to fruition. Because some of that is your own doing. Like, some of that was the fact that Jackson State alumni have done things to get their facilities up to par. Look at their weight room. Look at a lot of the facilities that have been built since Prime was there, and that was talked about when he got there. Now, the stadium predates him. Like I said, they were supposed to build a dome. Like, at one point, they were like, yeah, we're trying to get a bowl game here in Jackson. Look, I told y'all, I'm a FAMU fan, but I be watching. Look what Alabama A&M's doing. Like, look at the landscape. Look what Alabama State has done. Like, Cookman's got new practice fields. Like, all of a sudden, you start to realize, man, HBCUs are now going through their phase of facility upgrades, because that's how, when you're going to keep the talent. But that's also, you're going to get the talent when you can't offer what some of the NILs are offering. And look, baby, you're right. We need to remain competitive, not fall to the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't want to be down like that again. And look, I'm with you, Hollow. That's my thing. Address your needs. Take care of some of your wants, but address your needs. Because I think when you're looking, even at Daytona, he went for needs. Like, last year, he kind of went for some of his wants, and he still gave us a fight. But this year, you start looking, they're going for needs. You look at over there what the difference between Norfolk and Delaware State. When I'm looking, I'm seeing one's getting wants, the other's getting needs. One getting more trench monsters, the other's getting skill positions. You don't throw the ball so much. Like, but that's gonna have to happen. Like, you're gonna have to get your needs as a program. And at a certain point, everybody's not wrong about these coach salaries. Like, Michael Vick making $400 at HBCU, bro, that's stealing. Like, it's a nice size. They got decent facilities. But what we can't do is, as a culture, pay you $400,000-$500,000, then say we ain't got no money. Like, not when you look at these other schools and they ain't paying that. Like, so I'm liking what I'm seeing out of FAMU. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of leadership. But I especially like that we have a football coach that's accountable, and that's letting you know that wasn't the standard, and that he has a vision. Like, that was, I think that was my biggest takeaway from Colzie last night on O&G. And, again, y'all know FAMU Lee, we will tell y'all, like, subscribe, share with 3 friends, tell them because we want all of us to get a little something. And for you not to have to put it into the kitty. Like, I'm just being real with you. Like, we would love, I would love to have 1,000 subscribers. But we definitely have a vision. And now you can see where Colzie's like, this is what I need, this is what I want, this is where I'm trying to go. Cool. Because now I need to see that on the field. And Hollow, I'm with you. Now we need men's basketball to step it up. I agree. I think some of that is what we saw with Coach Pressure is what you hope to see with Coach Crary. Like, and you probably heard Melvin and Albert Chester talk about just the size advantage FAMU had against Valley. And imagine if FAMU can get a bunch of 6'8", 6'9" brothers up there, get some 6'10s, maybe 2, 3, 7-footers. Like, we got decent height. But imagine if you got a roster with a little more height, where height-wise you causing problems for teams in the SWAT. And you're able to score, and you're able to do things that kind of excite the team. Because, again, I said it. I heard Kelvin say it last night too. The analytics don't support us shooting a lot of threes. That's just the analytics in my eyes. I'll say that. Like I haven't crunched the numbers like that, and I normally like to crunch numbers, but I can do the eye test and see that's not a 3-point team this year. Attack the cup, get some fouls. You have to change the game up a little bit. But like, in all honesty, you're seeing where now it's championship season if you're a FAMU fan. Like, I don't take this the wrong way. Fall sports, it was volleyball and football got a piece in there. Golf year round, so But spring sports, tennis, they good for a chip. I think bowling's going to be decent. I ain't gonna say they're back, but I got some confidence in this coach. Track's fire. Like that dude, quietly, if we could get our NIL game strong, FAMU track would be a problem. Like that guy has the potential to do what North Carolina A&T did. And I'll say that on wax. Baseball's fire. And I think softball is going to be solid too. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, Lil Baby says the analytics say the 3-point ain't our friends and we need to limit turnovers. Oh my gosh, that's so aggravating, brother. Like, that's so aggravating. But we can't keep getting blown up by Southern. But Southern's not terrible. They're pretty decent this year. If I remember correctly, they're one of the better teams in the SWAC. But I agree. You shouldn't be getting blown up by nobody in SWAC. And that's not just like my FAMU pride. That is just to me, there's levels of this. As far as basketball wise, we're not an HBCU blue blood. We're just a flat out HBCU blue blood. But basketball has never been our sport. Not been our sport for a while. Let me say it like that. Football ban, come on. Nobody's best with 100. FAMU football had an off season in which some of y'all want to fire the coach for a 7-win season. The last coach that had a 7-win season in his first year after following a championship SWAC program won the Celebration Bowl. Like, that's just me. Look, I'm okay with losing by 10 to 15, but blowout is crazy. Shoot, I think that's a blowout. I ain't gonna hold you. And look, I want you, little baby. Baseball and softball, I'm excited. Like, this is, and to me, this is, and I'm looking at the clock because I know the Fang Exchange is coming at 9 o'clock. Don't forget, Thanksgiving. There's levels of this. I think that might be our thing for the year. Thanksgiving. There's levels of this. So you got the bronze level, you got the silver level, gold level, and you got the platinum Rattlers too. So and at the platinum level, get a pregame meal with the team. So you got to say which team that is, though. I'm presuming it's football, but you never know. I think that'd be cool too. Like, give people the option. Everybody's not a football fan. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my dad's a huge football fan. But if my dad is going to give to one sport in particular, it's FAMU baseball. Because he likes Jamie Shoup. And I'm with him. I'm a fan too. I've been a Shoup guy since he was at Florida State. But basketball wise, you gotta win some games. One, because we're gonna start turning the page. Like, we got a month until March, month and a half until March Madness. If this team is out of it in February, this is your last revenue producing sport for the season. You got to bring in some coins. But on the other side, baseball season is going to kick in. You got to find a way to bring in some more with that. Like, I don't know if we got to find a way to get like a video board or something going, something where people can scan a QR code and make a donation. But we're turning the page from our last revenue producing sport, and you got to be able to get as many people in there as possible. So, because I'm like, little baby, once basketball season hits a certain level and they start losing, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got the Rattlers Plus. I'll watch it, but I ain't gonna go out my way to watch somebody that's not winning. Like, that's just me. Like, as a fan. Now, as a host of Fangs of the podcast, I'm gonna watch it because that's content. But at the same point, like, you got to give me something because, look, FAMU baseball, look, I believe it too. And look, softball just got some new facilities. I don't know if y'all saw. Softball just updated the batting cages. I think the batting cages got damaged during the hurricane. I want to say Tiffany Dawn Sykes said that during one of the booster meetings. I could be wrong, and I don't have the archives for that, but it is what it is. So it's good to see that get done. And kind of, as we head out, though, man, I think that's our next level. Like, our next level is facilities. Like, I think as an athletic program, we got to cut down on all the multiple NIL programs. Get behind one NIL program. I think Florida State shows you what happens when you get too many NIL programs. And we know what happens with FAMU. When something bad happens to FAMU, it gets blown up. And they don't know how to act. They can't control stuff. Da-da-da-da-da. Get behind one NIL program. Fund them hard. Fund them heavy. Go with it. But besides the NIL, facilities. We have to improve certain facilities. Bragg is practically new. Only thing that needs to really get redone there is bathrooms and the pipes. Once you do that, you could literally keep that stadium where it is. Lawson Center is still fire. Got to redo Gaither and turn that into Gaither needs to become the volleyball facility / either volleyball or practice facility. Full time, full stop. Softball facility is okay. With softball, we need better seats. If you fix the seating at that stadium, you got a really nice facility. Like, that's the worst part about it. The seating and probably the bathrooms. And then you just need more kiddos just needs to get raised. Just start over. Like, and it's not like it's something new. That's not where the original baseball field was anyway. So just redo it. And I'm gonna say it like this. Considering you got MLB teams in the state that are looking for new stadiums, I don't know how much of whatever they have that they would be willing to part with, but I just know me personally. I wonder openly if some of these teams that have spring training facilities and whatnot wouldn't mind making some donations. And piece more, doing what's going down in Vero Beach with that baseball Andre Dawson event. Hey, y'all want to come down here and have a baseball tournament? Come down to our city. Like, I don't think they're marketing this thing great. That's just me. I think this should be something where they really try to get the alumni to come out, like, especially during like spring break. Like, you can get some of these alumni to come to some of these areas. Be some good times, man. But that's just me. I go on a whole nother tangent with that. And look, here we go. Yeah. Yes. According to our athletic director, she is working on the field house. Not the last booster meeting, but the one before that. She's working on a grant to get that redone. So I will encourage you, for those that do have more of those questions, come join the boosters. Or you can join the booster call. Booster call, it's public. There's a time for the public questions. Definitely though, membership has benefits. I'll say that. So I think when you ask those questions at the right time, you might be able to get some of the right results. But she definitely mentioned, I believe it was somewhere in the area, like 20 M's was the grant she was looking for to get that redone. And, just looking for some outside the box thinking on that, man. So, but look, Fang Exchange. Again, Thanksgiving. There's levels of this. Start off at that bronze level if you can and move your way on up like George and Wheezy. But look, we're going to see y'all, I almost said Thursday. Today's Thursday. Sunday, we're going to talk about, hopefully, I don't know how many more commitments we're getting. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think maybe one, because last time, the Swami told you we had some more heat coming. I think we might get one more. We'll see. But get ready. Click on over to the Fangs Exchange. Get ready. Cool. They got some good stuff. They got some good word. They're working on a project that is nice. I cannot tell you about it because Ashley didn't tell me it was okay for me to tell you about it. But they are working on something that is top notch, really good. And I think you're really going to enjoy what they're doing. All right, y'all. For everybody at HBCU Digital Network, look, shout out to O&G Strikezone. We appreciate y'all because y'all were literally the basis of today's show. But for everybody at HBCU Digital Network, O&G Strikezone, Fangs Up, Penalty Talk, and Fang Exchange. Hey, you already know what's up and what it's always going to be. It's always going to be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, have